Hello, YouTuber boomers. So it's Holy Saturday for those who are interested. And so this is something I do every so often. I get in my blocks from Home Depot of the CoConut Coir Wonder Bricks. And you know, it takes a shorter amount of time than it does for me to think about actually getting out there and doing it. Unfortunately, this part of the workshop has been buried in snow for pretty much the last couple of months, and just managed to have a little bit of melting going on. So essentially I do is unwrap these blocks from the plastic, and then I'll set them up over on the chop saw, cut them up into blocks of 4, and then bring them in and stack them inside. Because of the snow, I've been having to take one of these blocks and basically soak one end and whittle off enough of the material each time to do a planting. And actually, it's not as easy as you think. I even took a big bin and filled it up with warm water and put the block in there, and it didn't break down as quickly as you'd think it would. I think that they're compressing them more than they did when I initially bought them, which is probably a good thing because it means I'm getting more. Sometimes these blocks are smaller than this, and so these just barely fit under the chop saw, as you'll see in the video, and to the point where I have to raise up the guide on the safety guide on the blade to cut through them. But it's better than using a skill saw. If I use a skill saw, either electric or battery, it dumps out all the sawdust towards me, versus the chop saw will blow it out the back, and that is a huge advantage. But this is the most economical way to buy them. I guess I've seen people have them in larger blocks, but you know, these are like $22 a block. 1.5 of the bricks that I make will do me 8 trays, about 8 trays for the sunflowers. And so I mean, it does last quite a long time. You can get the little blocks, the little bricks that look like basically a clay brick, but for about $9. I mean, some people say they're $1. In Australia, they say they were $1 each. I go, well, they're not $1 here. They're about $89. And so it would save you having to cut them up, but you still have to, you still have to have quite a few of them. The alternative would be to use bagged seed starting mix, which was what I started with. Well, not what I started with, but I was using them for some time. And so I know most of you thought my cookout grill was under that cover, but nope, no cookout grill outside. Having a gas stove, I don't feel like I need to have a cookout grill. So, as you can see here, I make 3 cuts out of the block, and then I switch it around and line it up and cut it. It actually doesn't cut all the way through, it cuts most of the way through, and then I just break them up, along the scored line. So it works pretty well. Bless me. I'll try to edit that out if I remember. So here we go. It's changing the color of the white snow to brown snow. But bless me again, as I would say to my dog. Peaceful enough for all. Food, water, shelter, clothing, health care, and education. Peaceful enough for all.